Hey, what's up, guys? This is evilenger from GamerVets.com, and check it out here. My character, I don't have a gun. You look at it, I'm holding nothing in my hands. Somehow the gun just wouldn't render, and I kind of run around to figure out what's going on. And I try to aim down sights at least to bring it up, and finally it did. It was kind of funny, but anyway, I think you haven't figured out already. This is Recon Future Soldier, the beta that just came out. We got our hands. The GamerVets actually got our hands on the beta keys, so we're giving it a run. The last game I think we posted, I'll post the link in the description, was whole team, all three of us, at least three of the four of us playing. And this one here is just me by myself, giving it a try. And you know what? I really like it. Actually, it's a really fun game. I was kind of cautiously optimistic when I saw some of the trailers. I wasn't sure what to expect. I've had a lot of high hopes for this game, and I'm glad that I got a chance to play the beta because you know, basically pre-order confirmed. I really enjoyed it. You know, there's some issues that I'll get into that I think, at least I hope that they'll be addressed. But other than that, the gameplay is pretty solid. As you can see here, I'm the assault class, and I think it's called the rifleman in this case, but basically it's the assault class. You get an assault rifle, which is pretty powerful and has a lot of range. You get a frag grenade, and you also get additional armor. So because of that, you're going to see a lot of people playing this class. I think it's probably overpowered. But UbiSoft is going to have to address it and tone it down a bit because it's kind of ridiculous. I think, you know, unfortunately, there's already some balance issues that you'll see when you're playing the beta. There's going to be a lot of frag spam because the frag grenades are way too powerful, and you're going to see a lot of guys just running around with rifleman class because why would you want to put yourself at a disadvantage by playing any of the other classes? And in case of point in this game, you're going to see I actually do pretty well here, and there's a couple times where I probably should have died, but I didn't because of the extra armor. And look how accurate the assault rifle is. As long as you burst fire, you don't even have to go aim down sights. Actually, you can just even do the third person, I guess, semi zoom. I don't know what they call it, third person zoom, and you can still be pretty accurate. And then the gun's so powerful that all you need is a couple bursts and he's dead. So back to the game. I think it's a pretty solid beta. There's gonna be some glitches here and there. There's another one I'll show you later. But as far as the controls are concerned and the movements, you know, I always worry a little bit with the third-person shooter. You always get that janky kind of movements, and you do get a little bit here. Sometimes you get caught in cover. Sometimes it feels a little weird, but you know what? The controls and movement are pretty solid. Yeah, they're maybe not as smooth as I guess Gears of War, which is kind of like the template of control and smoothness, if you want to call it that. But you know what? It's pretty solid. One thing too, I want to recommend. I finally put like a red dot. I've upgraded my character a bit. There's some unlocking that you can do with the weapons in the gunsmith section, which I'll show a video later on, but which is really cool. And I use the credits to give myself a red dot. I tend to focus on control right now, so give myself a red dot. I think I changed the muzzle and put in dual mags or whatever kind of upgrades to focus more on the control. I didn't really care too much about the maneuverability at this moment. Just try to make sure that I have the least amount of recoil and better accuracy in my shots. Anyway, I put the red dot on because I think I wanted to try out the first person shooting mode, which is I guess if you hit the this is funny, like I don't know what was going on there. I don't even remember what the melee button is. At least my teammate saved my ass that time. If you notice though, with the assault class, especially with the assault rifle, look how accurate it is. Even with the third person, I guess third person zoom, I don't really need to go to aim down sights. It's pretty accurate and pretty powerful at range. And I tend not to unless it's a really long distance. I just go either hip fire or that zoom hip fire. Here I am, like I probably should have died here again, but the armor helped me stay alive. So I could have sworn I saw a guy there. But having said that, like I said, the game's pretty solid. I played SOCOM 4 a lot for a while. I got kind of addicted to it. It was really fun. It kind of in a way that I know a lot of people seem to hate it, but I had a good time playing it. And it took a while to kind of get the game. Was Panic Fire. Took a while to get into the game and figure out kind of the way the game should be played. I guess the third person is a lot different than playing COD. You can't really run around like an idiot and try to go for crazy kills. You got to play a little more tactical, a little smarter. The pistols need to be bumped up in power as well. They seem like they're almost completely useless in this game. Anyway, this game's the same way. It's a bit of a learning curve. You can't just run around like you're playing Call of Duty. You got to play tactical. Take cover, stick around with your teammates, be smart, and you'll do well. The other game that we had as the GamerVets were playing, we played like that. We played as a team, we communicated, and we used the classes correctly. If someone was an engineer, someone was a couple riflemen, utilized the features in it. We just dominated, and it was great. So I can see this game being really fun, playing with friends, playing the co-op. and playing even the single player, I think it's a good time. So if you stick with the objective games, I think you have a great time. The only thing I worry about, like I said, is some of the balance issues. I think they'll address it. There's been a lot of complaints already, and I'm hoping UbiSoft will stick with the community, because we all know the gaming community is going to find the cheapest, easiest way to win, and it will be no different here, especially with Ghost Recon, because there's a lot of other gadgets. This is a nice little close here. A lot of gadgets in this game that I haven't gone to played enough to really unlock yet to see how overpowered or how ridiculous they are. So, for example, like the UAV, there's some recon planes and so on. There's other kind of tactical tech stuff that I haven't seen yet, so we don't know what they're going to be like. And I was kind of worried that all these gadgets, all this crap there, might make the game a little ridiculous. But only time will tell. We'll see. And so far, I'm pretty optimistic about it. Here's a good example of when to use the ADS or the aim down sights for long distance. I find that it's really great for accuracy, and using the red dot was nice to have. But I tend not to do it unless it's a really long distance or if I'm taking cover. So a quick tip too, as far as cover, you should always aim to cover and use the waypoint system to bounce back and forth. This is actually pretty nice. So I loop back. I probably shocked him when I came in, looped back and came right in front of his face. What I'm a bit worried about is that, especially when taking cover, I did notice, I'm not sure if I do this in this game, is that you could, rather than going left trigger to aim down to target, you can actually go instantly right to aim down sights, which you could use the is it L3 button. So they'll pull right into aim down sights, and you can sometimes land a headshot almost immediately. So that's gonna be exploited. You're gonna have to be careful of a guy who's basically in cover, and what he's doing is most likely lining up that headshot with his. See here, I didn't do it that way, so it took me a while to target that. And here's an example. Sorry, right back here. Here's an example of how powerful the grenade. I just toss it in there, and if you look at the top left, they got a double kill. So anyway, back to that snapped aim down sights. That might become a bit of a nuisance as people will take cover and be able to instantly snap to. See how I actually illustrated right there. Instantly snap to ADS right to a headshot. So that might become a bit of a nuisance. So we'll see how that plays out. I did like what they've done here. What they've done with the covers, that when you're in cover, the reticule is not as obvious as the way it is in SOCOM 4, which you can pull that kind of move up really quickly. So it's a bit unfair when people are in cover. So let's see what happens, how the game plays out. Again, it's all about the gaming community and see what they come up with, and then hopefully it's a matter of how quickly Ubisoft responds to it. So back to the gameplay. I think this gameplay is a game type is called conflict. And what it is like a rotating objectives that change. The objectives change, and then the location of the objective changes. This is funny here. When I remember playing this actually, and I could have sworn I was really pissed off that some guy was spamming grenades at me. When I watched it again, if you look, it was actually my own grenade. So somehow, I don't know how, that my frag grenade ended up bouncing off some invisible wall and bounced back and killing me and my teammate. And I think my team was so pissed off that it looked like he just ended up throwing it at me as well and killing me too. So, it's too bad I didn't have the mic on. I couldn't actually say I was sorry about that, but it looked like, I didn't even realize what it was. In that case, I also thought that was another spam grenade. And looking at it again, I see as my own teammate killed me as well. So here's that exact same throw. And you know what? Maybe there's a big glitch there. I not really see this now. That looks like it bounced back. It automatically bounces back. So it might be a wall there. I'm going to have to try that on my own again later. So anyway, back to the game. It's a conflict, and what it is that there's throughout the map there's different spots. As you can see, what objective would be. Sometimes it's interact with some kind of area, or defend that area. And when you do, and then when you do and complete that, it'll actually change to another section. Here I am. I think on the left-hand side there's an interaction point that I need to go to. So I'm heading towards that objective zone. But a little tip too is that if you are, then so is the enemy. So what I do is I just keep an eye on the right flank, and already I see a couple guys going in. And I go ADS here. Look at the distance. So already got 2 kills here because you got to keep an eye on flanking. And I find that in this game, so far at least, flanking really works well. A lot of times people are camped up or holed up in some area, and they'll respawn on each other, and they will not pay attention behind them. So again, you keep an eye on the sec, and then keep an eye behind you because they always seem to pop up. And ADS here works very well. So he's really at disadvantage trying to get me, and that was a cover. So I think I spotted something in the corner of my eye, and there's a guy right here. And I was actually debating about mealing him, but then he kind of scared me when he popped back and did a little spin. So just shooting was a lot easier. So that's anyway. Like I said, I think the flanking maneuvers really works well in this game. I really recommend using that, especially if you're in the assault class. And I think I might experiment with some suppressors and see how it goes from there. Anyway, that's the game. Unfortunately, we got defeated. I came in a little late in the game. I came in, I think, 10 minutes in. But in the end, I ended up going 27, one of the better games I've had. So I ended up doing pretty well. But you know, look out for more videos. This is, I think I like to do one about maybe the gunsmith and maybe some more gameplay videos if I can. So anyway, this is evilenger from GamerVets.com. Hope you enjoyed it. Please give us a like or subscribe.